Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Before we get into the race footage, which starts right here on this timestamp, you can skip to it if you want to go straight into the race. I do want to talk a little bit about the runs before the race and during my taper weeks, just because I don't want to forget them in the long term. So this is a long one. Hope you guys enjoy. Grab yourself coffee, tea, some popcorn, whatever you want, and enjoy the video. Officially into summer break. The best feeling. Even though the weather today doesn't really look like summer. But yeah, Sunday, May 25th. School's out for summer. As a school teacher, if you didn't know, I was a school teacher. We got like 2 months off. Yesterday we went to Meadowgrass, which is a music festival, like a bluegrass musical festival in the Springs. And today we drove up north to Greeley, northern Colorado. It's where my folks live, and my brother's visiting right now from Portugal. Just getting a little run in today because I did not run at all yesterday. And I do have a 50K coming up at the start of June, so we'll see how that goes. I feel pretty good. I've been commuting a lot on the feet, so I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, Boulder 2025. A little rainy today. Everyone's amped though. People just sprinting. Here we are on the taper week, last week before the run. Canyon's joining me on a little foggy run here at Camp Jackson.
Run!
You're filming the other way. You gotta film this way.
Okay. So today we're just doing a foggy run.
Good job, dude. Go to run some more.
We can jump over this.
Good job, good line. Hello everybody, welcome. I'm gonna do some live commentary here with the footage I have from the race. There's a lot of just moments that I wanted to record, knowing that I would do this voiceover and just kind of brief you on what I was thinking, my choices, and essentially what led to the race going how it went. Before I do though, huge shout out to my nutrition partner for the channel is Naak. Naak Nutrition was huge in supplying the nutrition I needed for this event tomorrow. I primarily used their gels with a little bit of their boost gels, but their biggest part of my race strategy was their boost drink mix. So it is 60 grams of carbs, a 2-to-1 glucose to fructose ratio so that it can digest easier and that carb absorption can happen, but also limit stomach problems, stomach issues. It also comes packed with 400 milligrams of electrolytes to replenish all those that you lose through sweating. So yeah, big shout out to Naak. Thank you guys for supporting me. If you guys want to check them out, link is in the description below. It'll help me out, but won't cost you a thing. Should give you 15% off your order. So thanks again, Naak. Let's get into the race. So for the race, I did choose to go with the Raid Belt and 2 handheld bottles, just kind of minimalist setup. I wish I would have just gone with 1 handheld bottle, but learning lessons. Here we're off. Great Divide Ultra is held in Mueller State Park in Divide, Colorado. It is held by Revenant Running, and it's a great race. It's basically a 15-mile looped course, and they have a 25K, 50K, 100K, and a 100-mile. Right off the bat, people are trying to make some moves because it does turn into single track really quickly. Shout out to this guy in front of us who's, under 20 years old, and he was just running with nothing, just a watch. So no bottles. He might have had nutrition under his briefs, so like in a liner or something, but no way to tell. He was running just without water. Right at the get-go, I'm off to a hot start with the leaders of the pack. For whatever reason, I decided to just go for it, shoot my shot, see what kind of result I could get. I find out later that this was a very, very dumb decision, just because I hadn't trained for that sort of pace. Sometimes we were running 7-minute miles downhill. Overall, I think the average pace right here for this sort of first 10 miles was around 8:30 pace, and that's all the uphills and downhills kind of combined for the average pace. So here we are still with the lead pack, just trudging, moving along uphill. This might seem like a slow pace, but I guarantee you when you're thinking about running this pace for 31 miles, your body's going to be screaming. So I did choose to use the nutrition that they offered at the aid stations, just so I wouldn't have to carry my own mix and mix it on the go. They were Tailwind sponsored event, but I did realize that it was incredibly sweet compared to my Naak Boost Energy. So I was really happy to have that and not some other product by Naak that was, sweet as well. It was just kind of cleansing the palate, but also giving me those carbs at the same time. So it's mile 6.5, just past the first aid station at the back of the lead group. No one else stopped to refill on anything. We do hit that aid station again at 11 miles, but I'm just trying to stay on top of the carbs and the water. Mile 8.7. Caught up to the lead group, but it's splitting up, 2 behind me, 4 ahead. Look at these rolling hills though. So the lead group is kind of splitting off from me. This is close to mile 10 as I stayed with them until about mile 10, but then they broke off. I just need water.
Okay, water. It's not that hard. The next. Nope, 3.5. What distance are you doing?
50.
50. Good job.
Yeah, thank you. 11.26 miles in 6th position now. Got passed on the climb. I had to pee. Feeling all right. definitely pushing myself, so we'll see how this ends up going. So huge shout out to Path Projects as well. I'm wearing their cap right now. They supplied me with some gear before this race, a couple of weeks before, and for this race I did choose to go with their T19 sun hoodie, which was, I think, a perfect choice for this race because it did in fact get hot. It started off a little bit cool, which keeps you warm. I don't know how these products do it, but it kept me warm in the morning, and as soon as it started getting really hot, it also kept me cool. So it's just Miracle sun hoodie, and it does have like that little watch piece, which I have 3 other sun hoodies from Patagonia. I really like them as well, but it is frustrating to look at your watch data when you're trying to, because you have to roll up your sleeve or keep it rolled down. So 14.5 miles in, almost to the midway point here. I just got passed on the uphill by another runner, so yeah, Steph, Mountain High Life.
Cheers, bud.
Good job. That was Steph from Mountain High Life. She is another YouTuber. She's running the 100K. So she started at 6 a.m., not 7. Looks like she's running strong though. Way to go, Steph. So at the aid station, I filled up my 2 flasks with Naak Boost drink mix, that pre-made stuff that I made yesterday, and reapplied some sunscreen as, like I just said, it was getting super hot, super sunny, and I knew I would have some more hours on the course. The course is a huge loop, and you loop it once, first clockwise. As soon as you get to that aid station, you go counterclockwise. So you start seeing a lot of the 50K runners that you started with coming into the aid station as you are going out. It's a pretty fun event in that way because you're seeing tons of runners, not just for the 50K, but for the 25K, 100K, and the 100-mile run. So pretty fun race. Just go out.
Just go.
Awesome.
Good job,
Thank
Josh.
you.
Looking good, man.
Thank you. Definitely blew myself up starting that quick. Good work. Good job. My left leg is experiencing some weird cramping. Probably just the lactic acid buildup from going way too hard at the start. Been passed by a few people, but at this point I think the goal is just to finish with a decent time. Oh, the struggle is real right now. Just shy of 20 miles, and my legs are just feeling so heavy from that early effort. Totally regretting going out that fast, but I just wanted to see where I stack up, you know. But man, my legs are yelling at me now. Just walking all the uphills. Just had to go off course to do number 2. Definitely worth it. The extra half mile. Feel great. So yeah, as I said, I was really struggling. The lactic acid had built up in my legs, and my adductors, which I'd never had a problem with, were really hurting on the uphills. So I really had to slow my pace down. 22.27. This is where it gets a little bit frustrating for me to watch this footage, because in my eyes, I wanted to break my own time of 6:24, which was my first 50K. I wanted to smash that time out of the water by going really quick at the beginning, but really when looking back at my average paces, I should have just played it consistently the whole way through. Like, there's no point in running those 8-minute miles when you're going to be walking in mile 18. We're just crossing the marathon mark, mile 26.2. Last 3 miles have felt pretty good, to be honest, and a gel even exploded in my belt. which probably would have bothered me back there, but I'm all right. Ready to get this thing done. It's about 5 miles left-ish. So as I stated in my Ultraventure 4 review, I was going to use these shoes for this 50K, and I mean, they didn't surprise me at all. They worked as expected. No hot spots, no issues. I did have a blister on my pinky toe, but that wasn't, or my second toe in from the pinky toe, but that wasn't because of the shoes. I actually just didn't take the time to place the toe socks on correctly, and so there was a little bit of chafing there, which, again, learning lesson for next time. And I screwed this one up. Thanks. Thank you. Here I catch up with, I believe his name is Jake, who took down first place. Melissa came in second. And I cannot remember third place, but good job to you guys. They were smashing the pace and just kept it up for 31 miles, which is impressive to see. We'll see if one day I can get there and smash those paces. But to debrief, like, what did I learn? I figured that going fast at the beginning would help me save time at the end, but that is not the way things work, especially with body and body mechanics and lactic acid buildup and all these things. The one thing I did learn was that my nutrition strategy was dialed. I never once felt like I was bonking. I slowed down the pace, not at all because I was bonking. I had plenty of energy to go, which was the most frustrating part. My legs just were done. They would not work for me. They were absolutely smashed from running such high paces at the start of the race. While it was nice to learn that lesson and shoot my shot and see how I stack up with the top of the field, it was just a brutal way to do a 50K. This is only my second 50K. My first 50K, I paced myself just to finish the whole time, and I'm pretty sure negative split that 50K because I picked up motivation as I went along, getting closer and closer to the finish line. Here was completely opposite. There was positive splits the whole way, probably, especially mile 18, kind of leaving that middle point aid station. I was on the struggle bus for sure. And really, one of the things that I walked away with was a negative feel for running, which I didn't like. It kind of left me just kind of like a shell of myself. I completed the event because I didn't want to quit, in the sense that, like, I'm just going to give up because I didn't place where I wanted to, or my time is not going to be what I want, so I'll just DNF. Like, that's not me at all. If I signed up for it, I'm going to finish it, barring an injury or, a mental injury, physical injury, or gut issues. But I had none of those. It was just muscles that were tired and cramping. And so I didn't want that to give me the DNF. My primary goal for this race was to use it as a training run for a 100K, so a 60-mile running event that I will do next month with Steve and another buddy. So DNFing wasn't in the cards for me, at least not without those things that I just mentioned. Also, just DNFing for the sake of, like, not getting your time or not finishing in the podium, or even top 10. I think I finished 11th or 12th at this race. That's just not me. Like, I signed up to do it. If I'm not injured, if I'm okay and I could do it, I'm gonna finish it. If I'm first or if I'm last. So, again, just not me. I do wish I would have just played it more consistently, but I think these lessons, it's kind of like the pill you have to swallow to learn it, to get that out of your head, to get that question mark out of your head. Because going into this race, I did have this huge question mark looming, like, where do I stack up in these fields? Because I have been competitive all my life in team sports, never really in individual sports. But I did have that question, so I guess I answered it for now. Thank you, Revenant Running, for hosting a great race. Beautiful event. Depending on how it goes, I would love to go back there next year and potentially do the 100K. We'll see. Seeing Steph out there running the 100K was motivating for sure. And just the other 100K runners, like, I can't believe when I was finishing the 2 laps, I was just picturing doing 2 more, and I had, no desire to do that at the time. Granted, I had, like, sabotaged myself into getting to that point. So, just going to try to come back from this stronger and smarter, wiser, leave my ego at the door and just like find fun in running again. One thing that really shocked me too was at the end, my parents asked me, like, how did the race go? You didn't send pictures. At the end of my first 50K, like, I sent them like 6 or 7 pictures that were just awesome, because I was just like jogging and running and having fun the whole time and enjoying the fall colors up by Woodland Park. And in this race, I took like 1 picture, which is just like a V with a thumbs down. So it just left me with a lot of like just emptiness, which I don't know. Now that I have time to reflect on it, I just don't want to feel that again in the race or in a race setting. And I don't want to feel that from running as well, because I do get a lot of joy from running. So going to turn it around, look at running in a more positive light for future events, and just try to stay within myself and really just run for pleasure, for fun, and run these races, but not hold them up too high on a pedestal like they matter, like the weight of the world lies on them. It's just not the truth. It's just an event. You sign up to do it. And I think overall you do have to have fun doing it, or else you won't want to do it again. That's it for me. Thank you guys for watching this long video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks to Naak for supporting the channel with nutrition. Once again, check out the links in the description if you're interested in getting some for yourself. 15% off your order. See you guys in the next one. Peace.